What's up, early risers? This is AM in the AM with AV Martinez. I'm here with the best buddy, Nathan Vlk. Nathan, welcome to the show.
What's up, guys?
How you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. Slept pretty late, so.
Slept pretty late. What's your sleep schedule like?
What's the sleep schedule?
Or your attempt at a sleep schedule?
Honestly, I envy Togi. You know what I'm saying?
Do you envy who?
Togi.
Who's Togi?
Togi's the bodybuilder, and he kind of just gambles a lot. You know,
gambles.
He streams and he just stays up as late.
So
as
he gambles literally or metaphorically?
Literally. He
It's
gambles
like,
everything. He's almost gambled $1 million, like in
And
the
did he
past
win?
5 months.
did he win?
No, it has one shit.
Why?
He likes to play this one. It's like Playco balls. And you just
go balls.
and like each ball is worth like $3,000, and like you can either like times it by 1,000, or you can times it by 0.3.
What's your personal philosophy on gambling?
Honestly, I feel like as long as you have fun with it, I think it's okay. But if it gets too bad where it's like an addiction, you're losing so much money that you just can't like live. It's like you need to stop that.
Like if you had to gamble, like what would you start off with? Like $100, $50?
I'd probably go with like.
I'd go with 50 probably. I feel like I could recover from 50.
I'd probably go on like 150 probably. It's like my first time ever doing it, but it depends what I'm also playing too. Cause like
True.
I feel like I'm more experienced in like blackjack, but like if I'm playing slots.
So would you say you're better at card games?
Yeah, for sure.
In terms, because I don't play poker very much, but my buddies would always try to get me to play at camp.
No.
Cross country camp. What's the key to playing a game like blackjack?
Blackjack is more of just like thinking ahead, because like it's 21, right? So it's like when you're at 16, it's like do I take a hit, or am I gonna go over? Am I under? Let's hear.
Would you say it's more skill or more luck of the cards? Because I feel
it's more luck of the cards.
Because I feel like a game like that, if you can out poker face someone with good cards, you could win. But also, if you have good cards, don't you just win?
That is true. In poker, it's different. So obviously, if you have like pocket aces, you're almost like a guaranteed win. But I mean, if they have pairs, it kind of overrides the aces. So it's like all thing. I think that poker is more skill based because it is like you put on your poker face. These guys that don't have like such good hands, like they think they have a good hand, and then they see your face, like
You're like,
you put them on edge, and like that's more of a skill based thing. You can control your outcome. Compared to blackjack, you have to pretty much put your bet in and just hope to God you get like a 20 or 21.
Well, because like, what's the core difference between blackjack and poker for people who don't know, or people who don't play?
The core difference is it's between you and the dealer for blackjack, and for poker it's between you and everybody else.
Yeah, because I've always wanted to get into like card games, but I've never. Yes, I want to start addictions now.
Exactly.
No, but it's like I don't know. I never really understood them. Like I self-proclaim myself as a strategist. I like playing games and thinking very tactically on like what I should do. But when it comes to card games, I just don't understand. What would you say is the intro game for someone who wants to get into card games? Like
Go
that?
fish.
Go fish, really?
Go fish every time.
Why? What's the stakes in Go Fish?
It's just like it's just knowing what each card represents. I feel like it's more of a kid's game, but I feel like that's what got me into card games.
Which is Go Fish, and like what's the goal of it again? I forgot.
Goal is just to get as much pairs as you can.
As much pairs of like any card.
Yeah. So it's like 2 jacks, put down, keep grabbing.
And do they amplify in value for each card, or is it just? Yeah. Hey. So it doesn't matter what card you have, or does does a pair of kings outweigh a pair of diamonds, or does it not does that not matter?
So if it's 10 and under, they just represent 1. But then if it's like queens, jacks, kings, it goes up a point, 2 point, that kind of thing. So,
do you have like a favorite and or worst card game memory? Like, damn, I lost $500 in the game, or like I won
So
1,000.
I played poker with my friends.
Was this here? Or
Yeah, this is here.
Okay.
And the buy-in was $15. So the pot, there's like 10 of us. So off the
Okay,
pot,
yeah.
off the
decent
back, it's
pot.
150. So it's like, oh shit.
Winners.
So the winners, right? And it comes down because a lot of us have bet a lot of chips in, and so it's looking like, hey, you know, whoever wins is going home happy. And it's between me and this other guy, and I didn't think I had a good hand, pretty much, you know, and his hand was even worse.
Oh.
And so I had folded.
So all you had to do was back yourself. What was his poker face like, though?
His poker face was like a smile.
Was it good? Like, he was like, I had good cards.
Yeah, like a devious smile. Like, I'm about to fuck your shit. I'm like, fold. Like, I can't.
Fold.
And it happened so fast. It was like, he was like, you fold? I was like, yeah. I can't. I'm not trying to lose all my chips. He throws his cards and it's like a fucking 1 and a 2. I'm like.
So he went by default.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, like, that's insane to me. I feel like with gambling, I feel like I just can't do it. Like, I don't feel like I'm smart enough to gamble. You know what I'm saying?
I think there's definitely a learning curve in it.
Is there a way to practice gambling without the gambling per se? Like,
I'd say probably any like mobile game.
Like mobile games.
Mobile games are a good introduction.
You kind of just do that, yeah. Because I've seen that. Like, I don't know if you remember like those like early 2000s, late 90s computers. But like my grandpa had one of those, and one of the coolest memories was like sitting on his lap and he was playing solitaire. It was like it was one of those old ass like you had to smack it to turn it on. And it was like,
no, I'm kidding.
Dude, my mom has an electric typewriter from like the 2000s. I don't know if you know about those.
I don't. They sound kind of cool.
It's weird as hell.
Is it?
Yeah, we may have gotten rid of it. I don't remember, but it's literally like imagine a typewriter, but like an early 2000s computer, and it's like you take the slide off, you have like the right, and then it has like the little thingies. And I'm like, this is so weird. Do you ever think that this is a weird jump? But do you ever think that our generation grew up with with technology advancing?
I think it did, and I think it's honestly it kind of ruined us a little bit. Like we need to step back.
Maybe, because it's like in so many ways we can connect with people, but then in so many ways we can connect with people. It's like really bad. Like I don't know if you've ever seen the studies where it's like people are psychologically not meant to know more than 100 people at a time, and after that it's like a psychological overload. Like I don't know how you are when like socializing with people and things like that, but I would kind of agree. I don't like hanging out with like an immense amount of people, but I'm an extrovert. Like, would you say that you're an extrovert?
I'd say so.
Would you say like 60-40 extroverted?
I'd say so. I feel like no matter what, I'm always gonna be extroverted. The only time I'm introverted is like I see some people that I don't know, and it's like, we'll hold off on talking to them for a minute.
Would you say you're more introverted with people you know but you don't like, or introverted more with people you just like don't know?
I'd say don't know, because if I know them, I will put on probably a fake face.
You're just like,
yeah, put a face.
That is the interesting. Did you have a genuine face when we became friends? Because that was like 7th grade, right?
I'd say yeah. I don't really remember what the fuck we're doing, but it was just.
You always said something about math, and I believe you.
It was math class, but I don't know what the fuck. Like I think we got paired right next to each other, and then it kind of just blossomed from there.
Yeah, because
I don't know what was happening or what was in that class. It was probably like a joke about Ruger fucking shooting his pants.
Dude, Ruger's a demon, bro. Like his writing is like. Did you see his writing in middle school?
Demonic.
It was like scribbles. It was literally chicken scratch.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know if you ever had him for any other class, but I had him for like algebra, and literally
his 4 looked like a 10.
And then, like I couldn't read anything he did.
Yeah.
I was like, what are we doing? I don't know. Yeah, like, well, because I was thinking about that the other day, and there are like, do you have those friends where you genuinely don't remember how you became friends with them?
Yeah.
Because I'm like that with certain people, but one of them that isn't for some fucking reason is like Tyler. Like, I remember specifically how I became Tyler's friend. We literally, I don't know if you remember Miss Reed, like the short lady. She did like health class when we were in 6th grade.
Miss Reed, was it?
Yes, it was Miss Reed. She was short.
The one with thick thighs, right?
I wasn't looking at her thighs. I don't know.
She was like really short.
Yeah, she was short.
Yeah, it had to be her. Yeah,
She was
thighs.
short, and then when we were in 6th grade, she was the one where when you like walk in from the front, right, you would go left, and then you would go all the way down, and then left right there, and then she's at the end of the hallway.
Yeah, thick
Reed?
thighs.
Yeah. How do you know she has thick thighs?
Dude, how could you not?
I just know she's short.
It was just like short, womb, and then the thighs. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, right? So it's like we were in her class, and I was like, hey, can I sit here? To Tyler. And he was like, yeah, sure. And then from there, we became friends.
Ooh.
And then I think I might have asked him for a pencil. In that class, that's when I stabbed myself. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, a little bit.
It was like, I think that was like immense luck, because I think it's right next to a vein, but it didn't stab it.
Oh, interesting.
It's like, do you have an interesting story with a friend like that, where you like do remember how you became friends?
I do. It was. So there's two now.
There's two?
I have two. Okay. So there's an online one and there's an in-person one. So my
Ooh.
first ever best friend, I'd say, I had just transferred from Ritzville. I was like, I was from 4th grade.
So you weren't always in Moses?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was in Ritzville, and then I came 5th grade, and I was introduced to him from the class. It was all embarrassing. I was like, fuck, man, I don't want to be here. And this kid out of nowhere, like, when we're at recess, I'm just hanging out by myself a little bit.
Oh, hell, okay.
He goes, you want to become friends? I was like, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
You know? And after that, it blossomed to an amazing friendship. And like years later, I asked him, I was like, how come you asked me to be your friend? And he goes, well, I thought you were Hispanic. I was like, oh okay. I'm not Hispanic, but I like it.
Is he a white guy?
He's not. He's Hispanic.
Because then I was gonna say white savior mentality.
Yeah. So he really. It's just funny, and like we can always joke about it. And let's see. My other one is I had a friend from grade school again.
Mm-hmm.
We played games together, and he met this random ass guy like off of GTA.
Okay.
And we're all like around the same age.
Mm-hmm.
My friend had gotten off, and like me and this stranger are just in this like party.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
yeah, like what to
are
do?
you getting off? I was like, no, man, I'm not getting off. We just started killing each other the whole time, playing fucking GTA, and like, 8 years later, we're best friends, still to this day.
Insane. So do you talk to both of them?
Oh yeah, of course.
You talk to both of them. So like I don't know, like back to like the technology stuff, I guess. If you could like go back in time to like an American decade, like what time would you go back to? Because for me, it's always been between the 90s and the 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'd be really good.
Really good at it.
Yeah, because there's no like social media. There's no like super big like am I gonna get canceled type things.
Yeah, it's almost like everything is out there.
It's like a fair shot at anything. And I feel like without maybe social media, you could kind of like go out there and talk to different people and do different things. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like what decade would you go back to?
I'd probably either go through with the 2000s and probably hit you with like a curveball year.
Curveball year, like the 1910s? Because that would be terrible.
I'd want to kind of go back, to like Cowboy. I don't know when
Cowboy
that was.
Are you talking
Western.
Are you talking about like the Wild West?
Yeah, like Wild West.
That would be like the mid 1800s. Because after the 1800s, that was like the death of the Wild West. Why would you want to be in the Wild West? I'm curious.
So fun fact, was raised around horses my whole life, and I love horses, and not in a fucking weird way, but like,
yeah,
not
we would hope.
You know what I'm saying?
We would hope, listeners. We would hope.
But like, well, I feel like it's like, oh, horse guy, you know, it's like it's just weird.
Yeah, the giant horse dog weighs
yeah, right? Like, oh shit.
Absolutely.
So, anyways, I was raised with horses, and my grandma had a humongous horse farm, and like she had race horses.
Did you ever learn how to ride a horse?
Oh, 100%. I was actually my family taught me how to ride bareback, and then after learning how to ride bareback like really good, putting me on a saddle, I actually don't think I can fall off now.
Would you say that you could ride a horse now?
Oh, 100%. 100%. Yeah. It's like that's like a skill. Like once you learn it and master it, you'll never forget it.
How useful would you say that the horse riding is for you?
How useful? I mean, it's not that useful anymore because they're not used.
Oh well, I mean, but like if you had to in an emergency though, like you could ride a horse.
Yeah, 100%.
Like Nathan, I'm in a ditch. Can you come get me in your horse?
That is not happening, but yeah, I can do that. Yeah.
Could that happen? Could
Yeah.
that happen? Okay. Yeah, but like you were talking about your farm, right?
Yeah.
And what was that about again?
It was a horse farm. My grandma had all these horses, all these animals, just being raised around it. And then my mom bought this farm, up here, and she took a little bit of my grandma's farm with her. So we got all these animals, and I got to experience it.
Was that the one out by the paintball?
Yeah, it's paintball.
Is it still there?
It is, kind of. It's ran down. There's no animals there anymore, but...
Yeah, it's ran down.
Yeah, but like the remnants is there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I feel like that's my family too, because in its prime, my grandpa started out with like cows. That's why our field is so big, because we had cows at one point. And then apparently, once we got older, we stopped doing cows. I mean, like, because like cows are surprisingly a lot of work. Surprisingly, and so now we just have.
Are they like meat cows or are they dairy?
I actually don't know.
Because I feel like dairy cows. I mean, like I feel like they're a little bit, but like meat cows, you just fat them up. You just today you die.
Today you die. No, I don't think you actually pull out the 12 gauge though, do you?
No, not the 12 gauge. You pull out the.
It's like a trank dart. Or something.
It kind of is.
It's like a tranquilizer.
It's like a metal gun, and all it is just like. It's like you put it like a CO2 cartridge, and you pull it back, and when you fire it fires so fast it just pierces through the skull and just right into the brain and kills it instantly.
Oh damn! Okay. Yeah. Is that the only way to do it? Is that like the only way that's done properly?
That's like, I guess, would you say like the most humane way? I mean, you could get like a humongous rifle, but like
you could do a trank though, no? Or are they too big? Yeah, like a horse trank where like you shoot it at the horse, goes down. Like a horse tranquilizer is fucking massive. Yeah, no, it is, but it wouldn't kill them unless like you're talking about like slit their throat or something while they sleep. No, that's terrible. Please don't do that. No. We don't endorse animal cruelty. Okay, this is just common farming practices. This is different.
Yeah, this is so good right now, man.
This is so good. This is so good. Okay, but so is that the main ways you use a CO2 cartridge?
Yeah, it's like a CO2 cartridge. You put it in, and it's like really quiet, so none of the animals know.
Oh. But I mean, they're gonna know.
Well, like, it's like, oh, he's gone. It's like, well, like, I would like to think he keeps the animals guessing, like, oh, you think he went into, like, went to this wonderful land, he's fucking all those bitches, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yes.
They don't know, like, oh, maybe there's unlimited food.
Is he the Rizzler?
Yeah. Is he the chosen one? And then, like, it doesn't freak out the cows as much.
Technically is the chosen one, if you think about it.
Exactly. This is fucking good. This is some good ass fucking cow meat, you know what I'm saying?
Raw.
Pause. Anyways.
Pause. What? No, I would definitely say so. Like, do you like beef? Like, would you say like beef is your favorite type of meat? Because I say more of a chicken. Because I'm Mexican, right? And we're supposed to like carnitas, which is like the dried fucking meat that's in a big ass circle.
Yeah.
Right? And that's like one of the un-Mexican things about me. I don't really prefer that. because it's very like dry, and sometimes it's very chewy. Again, I don't know how often you eat like the carnitas where it's just like the slab of meat dry, but it's okay. Like I prefer like I'm very American in the sense that I prefer burgers and hot dogs at a barbecue.
Yeah.
Whereas like when it's the carnitas, I'm like, and then my mom's like, yeah, but Aiden, we're Mexican, we do the carnitas.
Just fucking flips the tortilla on the stove, just barehanded too.
Dude, I can't do that.
It's fun. It's fun.
Have you done that?
I have.
I'll give that one to you. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't, dude. I don't.
Anyways.
Well, because what I do, right? So like, imagine the, imagine the comal, or the skillet. It's right there, right? I have it like to where I can grab it from the edge.
Yeah.
And so it's like that little pocket that's technically not hot, but the rest of it is.
Yeah.
Are you gonna notice? Probably not. But that's what I do.
Oh.
I leave it on the edge and then I flip it.
Yeah.
I don't flip it with me.
I just fucking. Yeah.
Does Shanti do that too, or what?
She does. Yeah.
Well, that's good. She has that on me for sure. I kind of suck at doing those things. Are there some like that was kind of reminding me? What are some like Russian/non-Russian things about you? Like kind of like how I said, right? Like I'm supposed to like carnitas, and I don't really prefer it again because it's dry. It's very basic. I prefer a burger or hot dogs. And I'm definitely bringing this up because I barely learned you were Russian. You butthole. Never told me.
Well, it's like there's not a lot to like know. Like I feel like I am Russian, but like my family has thrown all the traditions away.
Oh, like all of them?
Pretty much.
Like there's none of them.
Yeah, like we fully adopted.
Besides the vodka. No, I'm
kidding. I guess in that sense, yeah, like that is a good tradition.
Well, I guess that's another good question. How connected would you say you are to like Russian things or Russian like traditions?
If like,
because you have to be a little bit, I would assume.
Yeah. There's not a whole lot. I mean, there's like, you're supposed to like eat like the best you can in that sense, and like a lot of potatoes and carrots meals.
Potatoes, which is what you made vodka from.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
So, yeah. That is.
That's definitely
in that sense. My mom does like making a lot of like potato
based meals.
Yeah.
What would you say is your favorite potato based meal?
I think this is like an American dish for sure, but I mean like potatoes, so it's like kind of like what we're used to.
Are you saying like sliced potatoes?
Yeah. So it's potato scallops. Have you ever had that?
I feel like I've heard
it's
of
almost
it.
like a casserole, and you kind of just layer it.
I've never had a casserole.
You just like chop up these potatoes into like probably that thick. You just layer it, and you put like this milk in it, and you put some cheese, put it in the oven, and let that stay in there for.
I've had the Mexican version of the casserole, which is enchiladas. Love enchiladas.
Enchiladas are good.
Super good. I was like trying to debate like what is my favorite Mexican dish, and honestly, dude, I feel like there's so many good things. Like I don't know how often you eat Mexican food, but I feel like one of my favorite things is like a torta. It's pretty much a Mexican sandwich.
No, I know what it is, but it's like I feel like Diane's was kind of like based.
I know, but like what else? What am I supposed to say? Cause like
I don't know. You go like
chimichanga. Is chimichanga even? Is that even really?
Mexican?
Yeah, is it?
I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah.
Or is it like nachos where it's Tex-Mex? Because did you know that nachos are Tex-Mex? Those are not Mexican at all.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's like.
I mean, you could go with the enchiladas though. Like.
I love enchiladas. Well, that's why I was between
like tacos. You know.
Have you had like sopas? I don't know if you know what sopas are.
Sopas.
They're like little bread dishes, like yay big, and then you put like meat, lettuce, little bits of carrot, sour cream. It's literally like if you could make a bowl out of bread. It's like a Mexican hockey puck with food on it. Like imagine a hockey puck. It's about that big, and then you literally just shove shit on top of it.
Okay.
But like I love that because my grandma makes really good sopas. They're really
Nope, never had that, but it sounds good.
good. Well, cause like what Mexican food would you say you eat the most?
Oh, enchiladas for sure.
Enchiladas? Like, where do you get your enchiladas from?
So, my mom will either buy it from this, like, neighbor of ours that just goes around the neighborhood, like, every weekend. She's
Oh, really?
Like, hey, enchiladas, like, 30 for $12. It's like,
Wish I had that.
all right, come here, you know? And so, there's either that or my girlfriend's mom will definitely cook some and be like, hey, does Nathan's family want some? I'll ask them, it's like, fuck yeah.
I'll be like, give me the whole tray. Like, give me the whole dish.
I'll take it all.
Give me the whole dish, please. Absolutely. That was also an interesting thing too. Like, do you think you're a bad neighbor if you don't talk to your neighbors?
I don't think it's necessarily that you're a bad neighbor, but I feel like you might miss out on the experience, you know? Because it's like, they could be like good people and they could like benefit you. Because like everybody in life struggles. And like, I feel like the more connections you have, the better you're able to succeed. Like, it could be from like, you know, you're really good friends with your neighbors, you know, your neighbors' kids and your kids are good friends. It's like, you have an emergency or like you got called in for work. Can your neighbor watch your kids?
Would there be things that would deter you from hanging out with your neighbors? You know, like if they're staunchly the opposite, like political view of you, like would that be like
that
a
is
hard
for
thing
sure.
to do?
Yeah, like a make or break.
Yeah, because
if you're not friends in the past, and it's just like, because I feel like as you grow older, I feel like it strays away from just like those genuine things, like, oh, what type of music do you want? Like, listen to, and like that's how you can build a friendship when you're younger. But like when you go older, it's like, yeah, so Trump. Run for president.
So like the economy.
Yeah, bullshit, right? It's like, well, I don't think it's bullshit, and it's like, and then you just start fighting from that, and you're like, man, I don't like you.
I don't like you. Yeah, that's like, I always wonder too. Like, do you ever wonder things about yourself that you're like, I care about these things, or I'm capable of these things because I'm young, versus like this is genuinely who I am. Like maybe fights you get into now that you're like, yeah, but if I were like 35, I probably wouldn't care. Or like when I'm 40, I would still care about this kind of thing. Because I feel like I try to debate that with like maybe games, you know, like will there be an age where I like stop caring about games?
I know, I've wondered the same thing. I really do.
Because that would be a dead reckoning day for me.
Yeah. Because it's like, I've been told in the past, it's like, oh, you'll grow out of it. And it's like, well,
it's a waste of time.
Yeah. It's like, I haven't really grown out of it yet, and I'm still having fun, so.
Yeah.
Let's see how long this goes for.
And then it's like, with games too, it's like, can I play all the time because that's genuinely what I want to do? Or is it like, when I become 35, I'm going to be like, fuck, I'm too tired for this, you know?
I feel like it's all up to you, you know? If you have the motivation to keep going, dude, you're gonna keep going.
I'm gonna be COD Grandpa on TikTok. I don't know if you've seen COD Grandpa.
Oh, scope that motherfucker!
Like, back in my day, we didn't have scopes.
Dude, what is it? There's the guy that plays Battlefield 42, and he is funny, dude.
Is he?
He's like, yep, I learned this one in the war. And he's like, the guy's like 600 meters out. He's like, in the wind, and fire. And probably headshot, and he's like,
bing.
I was sniper. And he goes, I was really infantry. Anyways.
be like, and we were in the back, but
I was reserve.
We were reserve forces. We didn't even land on the beach. we just shared this stuff.
We just saw the boat sink.
Oh my gosh, I know. That's an interesting question. I know I repeat phrases, but it's because I use those phrases to connect ideas a lot. It's like, do you think we'll still be solid friends in like 20, like 30 years, you think? Because we'll definitely be on different paths in 20 years, for sure. Like, we may not even be in the same state anymore.
Yeah, so that, like, circling back to the game thing, I feel like if both of us stay connected, I feel like,
Secret Cola's gonna turn into secretly aged cola.
That's crazy.
Secretly left out cola. Secret left out cola. Lukewarm cola.
That's wild. That'd be fine cola.
Fine cola?
Yeah.
Fine wine cola?
Pretty much.
Hey, do you think you would ever change your gamer tag?
I don't know.
Like, well, because you know how girls usually do like new hair, new me. Like, would you ever do like a new age, new gamer tag?
Maybe.
Because then it costs money to change, or is it your first one's free?
First one's free.
First one's free. Okay, I still have the free one then.
Okay.
Does creating a new account count?
What?
When you make a new account, does that count as a change?
No, because that's like setting your name, and then it gives you like a preset name, but then you can also change it off the get go, and then you'll have a name change.
Which is interesting. How did you land on the name for all of your gamer tags? Because you have Secret Vlk, you have Secret Cola. I'm DDoSing him right now.
Exposing it all.
Secret Vlk, you have Secret Cola, you have. Is there another one? You have Virus Weedy.
They do.
How did you land all these? Please tell me.
No. Okay, so secrets. I just thought it was cool growing up and learning the fact that cola is very like Coca-Cola is really like secret about all this shit.
Yeah.
Because they want to set themselves different.
Yeah.
You know, from like Dr. Pepper, Pepsi.
Which they had cocaine at one point.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
Wild.
Wow.
So, I was looking, because I wanted to create a new account, you know, new me, whatever, you know.
New account, new me.
Yeah. So, I set it apart, and I looked at this Coca-Cola bottle, and I was like, you know, what's the secret? What's the secret? So I was like, secret cola? Yeah. And it had a little nice ring to it, so I was like, oh no.
Kind of like puts glasses on.
Yeah.
Secret Cola.
That's going on TikTok, you know?
What about Secret Vlk?
That pretty much just followed it, because it was like, well, I've made my gaming, you know, image around Secret Cola, and, you know, my other account was like, I made it when I was like, you know, 10, 11, and so I was like, it's time to just switch it over, you know, and nobody has my last name, so.
Secret Vlk.
Yeah.
No one that you know has your last name.
No one that I know. You know, my last name probably is pretty popular, you know, over in the Asian continent.
The Asian continent.
Yeah.
Technically. Yeah, it is crazy how like 80% of Russia is Asian.
It really is.
Technically. Which is insane.
It's wild.
Like, it's like the biggest known landmass. Biggest country by area, which is insane.
There's so many things down there, too.
Because by area, I think we're number 3 behind Russia and Canada.
Yeah.
Which Canada, by the way, is only bigger because they have big-ass sheets of ice that they technically don't live on. Mm-hmm. And if they do...
Hats off.
They're wanted by the government.
Yeah, probably.
They're not going to find them. They live in... Would you ever... I guess, say maybe in like 5 or 10 years when the war cools down, we would hope to God. Would you ever take a trip to Russia? Because I feel like at least prior to the war, that would have been one of my spots to go to. But then I feel like, is there enough to do?
I don't know, because...
Like, are they Western friendly?
No. They aren't. They really aren't. They're really like, you know, the Old Town folk, like, kind of like, you don't belong here.
Yeah, like,
they're
you're not
that.
one of us.
Yeah, they're like that.
Oh, so like stick to Moscow.
Yeah.
Sneak into the Kremlin.
Yeah. You know who is really friendly though? Germans. Germans are really friendly.
Apparently.
As funny as it is.
Not their language though.
No. I feel like German is a lot better than Russian.
Are you saying like language-wise?
Language-wise, for sure.
How much Russian do you know?
I don't necessarily know a lot, but I just know, like, because I mean, like, I have family members, and so whenever I've been on the phone with them, and, like, they'll be, like, talking to me in Russian, and be like, I don't know what that means. Like, my family never taught me. It's like, oh, right, and then they, like, try their broken English, and it's like, no, I understand, you're fine, you know?
Be like, launch nukes. Hey. Launch nukes. Die.
AK-47 in mail for you. You know, and you're like, okay.
Enemy AC-130.
I feel like their language is super aggressive, for sure.
I feel like it definitely can be.
you know, because it's almost like even like I was working in construction and these two guys Russian, you know, they they didn't really speak much English at all. It was like even when they're having just a normalized conversation, it almost sound like they're like gonna start yelling at each other. Like,
which is interesting because I feel like there was a comedian way back. I don't remember his name, but he was like surprisingly a Russian speaking good English is scarier than a Russian speaking Russian. And I was like, is it? I was like, is that true? Like if you have a very stern man with a thick Russian accent, but he has good English, is that scarier because he knows?
A little. I feel like
Is it scarier?
I mean, if he's a fucking big ass Russian dude, yeah.
Wearing Adidas because they apparently like tracksuits.
They do.
I don't know why.
Oh, are you talking about fucking
Please tell me you know where I'm going with this.
Mean Machine. What's his name?
I know his name. I'm testing you.
Are you testing me?
This is like our quizzes all over again.
Trivia. Okay. I do know his name. It's fucking
Starts with a B.
Bert Kreischer.
Yes.
There you go.
The Machine. I haven't seen that movie.
It's good.
Is it funny?
It's good.
I really want to watch it. I never watched it.
It's funny. I didn't think it was gonna be that good. It was fucking good.
Because I feel like they're not for substance. They're literally just for shits and giggles.
Yeah.
And that's what they're good at. That's what they're good at. Well, I guess back to the Russian. If you had to pull out Russian out of your butthole right now, like what would you be able to say?
Like suka, bliet, babushka, you know. I feel like
so you said "fuck you, grandma"? Question mark? Is that not what that is?
Suka is fuck, bliet bitch, and then babushka is grandma. Yeah.
So you're calling your grandma a fucking bitch.
Yeah, pretty much.
You could do that.
You could.
They'll be like, yes.
I don't know like sentences. I feel very out of tone with it. I feel I get disappointed in my ancestors.
What would be your? Would that be your number one language outside of English to learn?
I'd want to, yeah. I'd either be like, I feel like I'd want to learn Spanish because that's known as like one of like.
It's one of the top three.
One of the top three like. No, I'd say it was probably like one of the top ones like for like love language, you know.
It is one of the love languages, yes.
Yeah.
But then in the world, it's literally top three languages spoken.
Oh,
it's that, Mandarin, Chinese, and English.
Yeah, so I don't want to fucking know.
So I feel like if you know Spanish, you can talk to a lot of people.
I was gonna say like
Spanish and English are a deadly combo.
Yeah. Kind of go back
if you
to
know
that.
Mandarin, all power to you, dude.
I was gonna say something, but I feel like it could come out racist. I'm not gonna say it.
Something that's not racist, that's true. It's one of the harder languages to learn.
Well, no shit, you know, like
it's difficult to learn.
You're not even saying like words. Like in Spanish, it's like, you know, you could say like inquebrantable, like that unbreakable. Like it has some translation in English.
Or incredibili, or
yeah, you know, like there's some way that's related to English. You know?
Yeah,
and Mandarin, it's like
it's more
of a sound. Yeah,
it's more of a sound. And there's like, isn't there like a couple dialects in Chinese too? Like there's Mandarin, which is the most popular one. But then there's like, I think there's like Shochok is one of the other ones or something. If I'm wrong, roast me. But I don't remember. But there's like a couple dialects within Chinese.
Yeah.
So it's like you can't say you speak Chinese because there's multiple dialects of it. Like even if you go to Spain, which I happen to, it was a great time. There's like a sub-dialect there too, and it's in like the Basque region, and they speak Basque, which I don't know what that is. I know Spanish. Yo sé español, but Basque? I don't know what the hell that is.
Yeah.
I don't know. So I guess what would be your top three languages to learn outside of English?
Top three, so it would be. I feel like Spanish and Russian would be interchangeable. And then it'd probably be. I probably want to go for German.
German's an interesting one, especially with my. I told you about my first roommate, right, Alex?
Yeah.
He was like Air Force ROTC.
Yeah.
He was in the German club because he has grandparents that are like part German.
Yeah.
So they speak German. For me, outside of English, it would definitely be Spanish number one.
Yeah.
Because I have a decent hold on Spanish, but I need to know more.
Yeah.
My second one would definitely be Japanese. Being able to watch like anime without the subtitles would be kind of baller. It's part of the experience.
And then you understand what they're saying, and it's not even what the subtitles are saying. You're like,
you're like Ohio.
Ohio, what the fuck?
Which I never fully thought about this. That's the informal way to say hi in Japanese.
Ohio?
Yeah. And it sounds like the state.
Yeah.
I never realized that.
It probably flew over your head, bro.
Yeah, dude, like, it's just like the word, right? And it came up on a game show me and my mom were watching. And it was like, what is the informal word in Japanese for saying hi sound like which state? And I was like, oh, it does sound like Ohio.
It's kind of wild.
What's your short opinion on Ohio? The state?
I feel like it's not even a bad state. It's just like everybody's just making fun of it, man.
Everyone shits on it?
Yeah.
Why do you think you get shit on?
I don't know. I feel like maybe I'm out of the loop on something. Mm-hmm. It's just like I feel like Alabama, like I know what that one gets shit on, but Ohio, not really.
Oh, the Paul brothers came out of Ohio.
Did they?
Yeah, I think Logan and Jake Paul are both out of Ohio.
Oh, sure. Okay.
There's that.
There's that.
I listen to Logan Paul's podcast because he has some solid guests on there sometimes. And I'm like, he's even had like David Guetta, like the DJ guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's had people like that. I think those are pretty fun. Those are pretty fun. If you had to go to Russia, like where would you go? Like there's a cop-out answer here that I would definitely say.
Probably Moscow, Russia.
That's what I would think too, because I feel like that's the most.
That's like the main thing, yeah.
I feel like the most east you go, the worse it is.
I'd say that's true.
To all my Siberian fans, I apologize. But like, what is there in the east part of Russia?
I don't even know.
Like, it's so massive, dude. Like, what do they have?
Nukes.
They probably do. They probably have nuclear silos, which I think isn't our closest one in Montana. I think there's a nuclear silo in Montana.
I think there is. Fun fact that I think Russia has the most nukes in the world right now.
Did they?
I'm pretty sure they still do.
Because
we might be tied with them, but they're high up there.
Because there was one point where we surpassed them. It might have been the other way around, where they had more, but ours were better.
Okay.
I think that might have been it. Okay. Ours were better, but they had more.
Yeah.
Or something. And then it was like, President Kennedy was like, we need to have more nukes. We cannot allow Russia to surpass us. Yeah. I do think that. What do you think the likelihood of World War III is?
So the way that we've been, I mean, like, not to hate on like us helping Ukraine, but
absolutely
helping. I feel like we're helping Ukraine in the wrong way. Because like we're also like helping them. Because I feel like we should be at more of a neutral point.
You would hope.
Instead of like, yeah, fuck you, Russia. Because it's like, Russia isn't small. They're definitely a fucking powerhouse to be fucked with.
They are a powerhouse, but some would consider them a glass cannon. Because as they've shown, they literally can't take a country that's like a tenth of their size.
This is true.
But it was the biggest former Soviet country, so they had a lot to deal with. So, no, I definitely agree. Like, if you had to guess, who would you say would start World War III? Us or Russia?
Other than Russia?
Huh? No. Oh, if you had to guess, who would you say would be most likely to start Russia in your mind?
To start?
That doesn't make any sense. Hold on.
To start World War III, except for Russia?
No, just who do you think in general would be the most likely to start it?
I'm going with Russia, dude.
You think so?
Well, I feel like it would be us, because I feel like since we're helping out Ukraine so much, because they're like, they're small obviously, but like we should be standing more from a neutral point. There's no reason for us to put all that in that, and then we're also getting, publicity and fame from it too.
Yeah.
Like, oh, the U.S. helping out Ukraine, which makes us look good, but then it's like Russia's like, we had to choose. Why are you trying to go against us?
That is true. In Russia's defense, In Ukraine's defense, though, they kind of felt threatened by Russia prior to that. So that's why, because I don't know if you remember, one of the reasons was because they wanted to join NATO, which is like the Northern Atlantic Treaty Association organization. I don't remember. And then Russia said that was a threat to national security. But if you think about it, would you say that Russia gets themselves in trouble because the beef they have with those, the beef they have with those countries kind of starts a bunch of those issues?
I don't know. I feel like I want to say stuff, but I feel like I don't know too much about it.
You don't know. That's fair. I feel like sometimes both the US and Russia are like so big that they like stumble into issues that they don't think is their fault. You know? Like we're like that. Like I don't know if you ever think about that, but I think about that too, like when people make comments about the US and whatnot. I'm like, say someone from France makes a comment or whatever.
I feel like, I'm not gonna lie, people from France.
Let them know. Official stance on France.
I feel like they think of us as like, you know, kind of like scumbags.
A little bit with guns.
Yeah, like, oh, me fat American, let me get burger and a little egg, or not, but like, you know, like a fucking, a shotgun, you know, it's like, oh, let me go be gay and go kiss my friends. And Pepe lip you, you know what I'm saying, like.
They're gonna come after us now. They're gonna come after us now.
Are you Nathan?
Are you Vlk? Are they literally gonna send the GIGN to your house? Like, do you know who those are?
Yeah.
Those are like the special forces. Yeah, they're gonna be like, GIGN, Mr. Vlk, come with us now. And they're gonna deport you to Paris.
That's crazy.
And they're gonna leave you in the catacombs.
Catacombs? Oh my gosh, that shit's scary.
Yeah, that'd be scary.
That'd be scary.
The first interaction I had in the catacombs was with OG Modern Warfare 3, because one of the missions takes place in the catacombs.
Yeah. And
I will always forever remember that, because the GIGN guy, he always goes, yes, well, we have to go through the catacombs. And then you like, and it's the way he says it, though, the catacombs.
Yeah. I feel like it's kind of wild, dude, because it's like, and it, like, your experience through it, like, your whole life, like, you'll look at pictures of it in like documentaries and be like, wow, that's crazy. But it's like, for sure, that is so much worse in person.
Maybe. Some people say it's real stinky in Paris.
Exactly. That's
like,
what
literally.
It's worse.
Like the sewer system or something.
Well, it's like not even the sewer system, it's catacombs, it's dead people, you know?
Which is insane. They built an entire city on top of.
Like, dude, that's like, you could like go down there and be like, dude, that's like my great grandma's school right there, like my fucking like descendant.
You bet some dude is like snuck down there and like marked it or something.
Oh, for sure.
They're like,
he probably got haunted the next day and died.
Do you think they're restricted, the catacombs? Because I feel like they would be.
I feel like they would be, but I mean, obviously, like,
because you could get
rules are meant to be broken.
Rules are meant to be bent.
Broken.
Would you break them?
Can I break rules?
Would you say you're more of a bender of rules or breaker of rules?
Depends the mood.
Because I would definitely say I like to bend them, because it's like, like, I could make this better though, you know? But I won't be like, fuck that.
I will do a business decision kind of thing. Like, if I did this, who am I hurting? What ends am I burning? What do I lose from this? What do I gain from this? You know, if it's really, like, the pros outweigh the cons, I'm breaking it. If it's like, meh, maybe you gain something, maybe you don't, it's more of a bend.
Going a 60 and a 40, more cons, more pros.
Pros. You go home faster.
You go faster. Dude, you're just like my dad. Like, I don't know if you know the straightaway that's out by like Genie, where like the electrical system is.
Yeah.
You know how that's 45 now?
Yeah.
My dad's always like, why the fuck is it 45? Like, it's always 55 to me. Why'd they change it?
Yeah.
Back in my day, it was 55.
You know, like, just because I might honestly live in Montana, dude, because, like, fucking 80 miles an hour.
But what do you mean? Wait, hold on. Like, 80 miles an hour where? Like, what
That's the speed limit in Montana.
Not everywhere.
Mostly.
Like on the interstate highways?
Yeah. And on the interstate highways, yeah. 80.
Isn't it like 70 here?
Mm-hmm.
Is it 60 or something?
It's 70 here.
Because like when you hop on the freeway.
Yeah, it's 70.
I've always had a hard time with knowing what's the difference between the highway and the freeway.
So the highway is more of like home, so like where you are. The interstate is like through states. You know.
Okay. So would you say one's just smaller?
Yeah, the highways.
Like in a nutshell, one's smaller.
Yeah. So highways in Montana are 70 miles an hour.
And then like interstate is 80.
Yeah.
Imagine going 80 miles an hour.
It is fast.
Imagine cruise control on 80 miles an hour.
Yeah, I know. I was on cruise control 80 miles an hour. You know how long it took me to get through Montana?
2 hours.
Oh. Dude,
Less?
Montana is so fucking big.
Yeah, I know. It's long. It's wide.
Yeah.
It's extremely
Yeah,
wide.
no, it took me about 15 hours to get through Montana.
Damn, 15? Like 15 straight or 15 with breaks?
I don't like 15. Maybe not 15. But
Are you counting the breaks?
I'd say, okay, I'm going to say like, it probably took us like 11 hours. 15 was an exaggeration, but that was with breaks. I'd say 10 hours. Okay?
10 hours excluding the breaks?
Excluding the breaks.
How often would you take a break?
I'd take a break like, maybe like once every like 2-3 hours, bathroom break, and then we'd obviously have like a 30-minute lunch, you know?
30-minute lunch?
A 30-minute like, we'll eat, and then like get back on the road.
Like, when did you go to Montana for? Like, would you go to Montana for?
I didn't go to Montana. I went to Texas, and this was probably like 2-3 weeks ago.
Wait, you went? Wait, huh?
Yeah,
Wait, so you went
I drove
through
to Texas.
You went through Montana to get to Texas?
Yeah. So.
Oh,
like,
you wouldn't just go down through California?
No, that one was actually slower by
Wait,
about 9 hours.
Did you look up fastest route to
Yeah.
Montana?
No, we looked at fastest route to Texas,
Oh, right.
and it said.
And so it took you through Montana?
Yeah.
What did you enjoy while you were in Montana?
The views, 100%. Mountains, everything.
Was it mountains like for the whole thing or just for some of it?
Oh, dude, it was like everything. It was like you could see mountains like everywhere you was, and then like every other 30 minutes you'd hit like another beautiful lake of trees.
Like, did you ever stop at like a lake? Like, did you ever go off the
We
road?
wanted to, but we didn't. It was like, no, gotta get to Texas, you know?
Gotta get to Texas.
Yeah.
Well, because you said we, so who did you go with?
I went with 3 of my other buddies, Avi, Adrian, Jose.
It was just the 3 of you?
4 of us.
4
Yeah.
of us? Wait, who's the other one?
I'm the 4th one.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Math. Yes, because that's how that works.
Yeah.
I guess you never told me, like how was your trip to Texas? Like, was it fun?
It was something. I would say it was fun. Yeah.
It was something.
Yeah.
What was your favorite part?
The favorite part was probably like just getting to hang out and just know them more. Because I feel like I'm connected with Avi pretty good, but like Adrian, Jose, just like I know them, but I don't know them on like that level. And like that trip really got me close to them.
Least favorite part?
His favorite part was probably driving.
Driving?
Yeah.
Like, did you drive the whole time?
I drove the whole time. But like, I was probably I was probably either the number 1 or like the second. I think me and Jose were putting in a lot of hours. I was putting at least like 9 hours every time I drove.
Like 9 straight or 9 total?
9 straight. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, but you probably had it on cruise then?
Oh yeah, of course.
Except for when you had to take a turn, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know. I guess I wouldn't imagine going through Montana, I guess.
And we went through Wyoming.
Which was the least populated state. Fun fact.
Dude, oh my gosh. It's least populated and like all these animals are just on the road, man.
They're just everywhere?
Yeah. So so I switched. So I drove and it was like we're in Wyoming for like I don't know, probably like a couple hours. Like we're almost halfway through it. And I finally fall asleep. I've been driving for like 9 hours, and I stayed up with my buddy Avi, so he didn't fall asleep for another 7 hours. So I'm just tired. So then I go in the back, and I have no seatbelt on. I'm just, I'm like all sprawled out, just sleeping. And he's on my side sleeping too. He has a seatbelt on, and Jose's driving, and he's not sleepy, but he's just like mellowed out.
Mm-hmm.
And in the middle of the road, humongous fucking buck, just right there, staring at the headlights, and he swerves, and he's like, he has cruise control on, he's going like 85.
Wow. Okay.
And I have no seatbelt on, so instantly when he turns left, instantly my whole body levitates as hard as it can, just fucking hits the ceiling, dude.
Whoa.
Yeah, and then
damn.
when he overcorrects again to go to the right, because he went left, now right, my face, while I'm in the air and hit the ceiling hard, my face then goes to the window hard, dude, like, crunch,
Fuck.
and now I'm up, I'm like, fuck, ow, and then he hits another right, and then he straightens out, and then I fucking get whipped into Avi, and now I wake Avi up, and I'm like, my face is fucking hurting, my head's like ringing, and now I can't sleep. So I stay up for like another 6 or 7 hours until Jose switches, because I'm like, I'm gonna fall asleep while you're driving.
Jeez. Well, like, why wouldn't you just slow down in front of the buck?
Well, he just didn't see it. It was like last minute because it's dark.
Oh, it was dark.
It was dark.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a different situation.
Yeah.
Speaking of dark, is this get your face? Is that your face or is that good?
Yeah, it's fine.
Feel better?
No, it's fine.
Maybe you want to try on the other light real quick? Hold on. Let me go through here.
Gamers.
Gamers. Which I can show you my room afterwards. Is that better, or do you think the other one's better?
I think this one's better because the light hits you in the face and it lightens up. When the light's behind you, it kind of makes your face look ominous.
So is this one better?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, you are an ominous man. Ominous man. Well, because I was gonna ask you about that because you said that you were gonna go with your family initially. So what changed your mind?
My family. Oh, to Nevada?
Yeah, because you ended up going to Nevada, but you didn't go there right away, like you said you were going to. So what changed your mind?
What changed my mind about it was my mom was like, "You're not going to Texas. You're not going." I'm like, "Fuck. When are we going to Nevada?" And she's like, "We're going. We're going the 10th, or no, it was the 13th
of June,
of July." No, of June, sorry.
Okay.
It was like, it was like the 29th of June.
Okay.
And it was like, to like the 3rd or 4th of July. And, we left like the 21st of June, or 20th. And we got, like, we're getting back like the 23rd. So, like, it lined up pretty good.
So it was like you could go before and then still have time to go back.
Yeah, so what we did is we went to Texas and then we pretty much drove back through Texas to Nevada. Then they dropped me off and went home. Yeah.
So I guess like, what did you guys do in Texas that you wanted to go to Texas specifically? So
we went there because Adrian had a booty call. Yeah, and he didn't even like do it. And I was like, we're all like kind of mad,
because it didn't even go through.
Yeah, it was like, what the hell, man. But reality, we drank a lot for sure. So having beard and like in Texas and like being like somewhat big, they don't really question you for ID at all. I feel like if you have a beard and you're big enough, and maybe because you're a dude, they'll be like, "Aight." Yeah. So I went to like every time we ate out at a restaurant, I'd look at the menu for a good second because it'd be like, anything else? I'm like, well, and I'd be like, do I not? Trying to play it off. Be like, do I get the margarita? Yeah, and I'll be like, just give me a shot of, Jaeger, a Jaeger shot. Yeah. Like, really? Jaeger shot? Yeah, I like the black licorice. Yeah. I do not. And like, just trying to talk to him. And one night I was probably like about 6 shots deep, at this like hibachi restaurant. Okay. And they're like, the waiter's having fun with him, and he's like, "Oh, you're funny, You're funny. I'm cracking jokes and stuff." Oh no. And yeah, he's like, you guys are probably my funniest group because we're all having fun. I'm just drunk, and everybody else there is sober because they didn't ask for drinks because like they're too scared, like they're too scared. Why? Yeah, they're too scared because they're like,
they didn't ID me, and they're like, well, it seemed weird now because I didn't ask for drinks, and then now I do because after you got drinks. You know?
Oh yeah.
They like
yeah.
me in that sense, but I was like, dude, honestly, if you think you can fucking pull it off, go for it, you know. You know, and actually, it's funny too because this girl, when I asked to get some, she was like, "Can I see your ID?" And I had fumbled through my wallet for a minute, you know, and I was like, I had purposely put my license behind my college ID, and I was looking through it, and I was like, fuck, you know, just looking through.
Where's it at?
Yeah, I was like, oh man, you don't have it today? I was like, oh, I don't. I left it. I probably left it at the Airbnb or something. I only have my, you know, my college ID. She's like, oh, that's fine. You know, that's fine. And she looked at it and okay. And she started, you know, ringing my tab the whole night. So I was like, fuck, all right.
Cool.
Yeah, we're having fun now.
Oh, no. I don't know. I think their drinking laws are slightly different.
No.
No. What?
No. It's still 21.
Well, no, I know it's still 21, but I meant maybe like how they go about it is slightly different.
Oh, probably, yeah.
Like they're more, I don't know what the word is, allowant?
Yeah.
More accepting?
More lenient.
More lenient, yeah. Because I don't know if it's a legal obligation until they have, I don't know, like when they have that plaque that says like We ID or We Card. Like if they have that, do you have to have your card? Versus where if they ask you and you don't happen to have it, are they just like,
I don't know, because I went to a gas station, right? And my buddy Avi is like a little fiend for Zins.
Right, okay.
And I walked in there and I was like, hey, can I get, you know, some Zins, right? And I said like the flavors and stuff, like mint green, you know. And then, you know, without him skipping to me, he goes, well, you want 2 or 3? And I was like, well, is there a deal? He goes, yeah, there's a deal. You get 2 and you get 1 free. And I was like, yeah, fuck it, give it.
Damn, we need the third.
Yeah, I was like, he's like, cash your card. And I didn't even think about asking for ID. I was going to. I was like, fuck, don't.
I was like, yeah.
Yeah. And I paid for my card and just left.
You just laugh.
So I mean, it's kind of.
So how long did you guys end up staying there?
For about 4 days.
I would say yeah, because you guys took about what, a day and a half to get there?
Yeah.
2 days?
A day and a half.
Because that's a lot of time. But you would have to spend at least double. I feel like you have to spend at least double the time it takes to travel.
Yeah.
In order for it to be better, or in order for it to be worth it. Which is very good.
Yeah. The next trip is to Japan.
With them?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you go with me? I want to go.
Oh. I don't know.
No, this one actually hurts me because listeners, if you know me, you know my number 1 place to go before I die is Japan.
Okay, well, I'm sorry.
That's my number 1.
They've already scheduled the Airbnb and everything. So
They've scheduled it?
Yeah.
How much money do they have?
Well, it's like if you schedule it's like a cruise, you know? The more advanced you are, the cheaper it is.
Uh-huh. When are you guys going?
Like, I think in like 2 years? 3 years?
Oh.
Yeah. So, like, they're like ahead, you know? So, like, he only had to put like, I think like $200 down. Just to like secure it.
No invite, huh?
Well, it's not my Airbnb. I can't. I'm the guest. I can't.
What if I asked you to coerce them for me?
I could see something.
Maybe.
Yeah. They'd probably make you pitch in for sure.
Because I would be working in a couple of years. So
yeah.
I'd be done with school by then. Would it be possible? Or would you vouch?
For it to be possible?
Yes. Would you vouch for me? Because anywhere else, I don't care.
If it were to be given, like, hey, this is open, you know, because depending on how
is it not open?
Airbnb is. Well, they're pretty enclosed around the friend group, you know.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, if it is allowed and open, you'd be the first one I'd go to.
But it's only if they open it up.
Yeah, because they're the main ones that are making the payments. They're kind of just tagging me along because I'm like, I'm not done with school. I'm fucking broke as shit. And like, don't worry. Just pay as much as you can, you know? In which I try to pitch in as much money as I can. I try to pay as much food as I can, gas. But it's not like nothing compared to what they're paying. Like, literally this Texas trip, fucking Jose put in like $10,000. So.
How much money does Jose have?
Jose makes a lot of money.
Does he?
Yeah.
Does he work like a 9 to 5 or what?
No.
What does he do?
He doesn't work a 9 to 5. He got so like his dad got like this job, and they're like his dad was leaving it, and he was like pretty much promoting his son to take over. He's like, I've taught my son everything, so you don't have to start him at base pay. You can start him at my pay and go up from there. And so Jose, like, they pretty much swapped out his dad because his dad was retiring, and swapped in Jose.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. What would I have to do to get you to vouch for me prior to an open slot?
If there is an open slot, I'll vouch for you. There's nothing like.
If there isn't, though.
If there isn't, I don't know. To like, I have a friend that would be able to fucking give in as much as he can.
Because this would be when I'd be making some money.
Yeah.
Perhaps. I don't know all of them, but it'd be fun.
Yeah.
Because this is the only place that I would ask you to do this for. Japan is like my number one. I'd be like, can I get in? Is it an exclusive country club? And it sounds like it is. Between what, the 4 of you?
There's 6 of us.
There's 6 of you?
There's 6 of us, but
So
only
where's
4
the
of
other
us went. Huh?
So where are the other 2?
It's Rowdy and Gio. They're here, but they weren't able to go.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. All right. We'll see.
Coerce. Vouch.
Coerce vouch.
Yeah, like, it's like coerce them. It's like try to get them to
I
do
know,
it.
yeah.
Right, and then vouch is just...
I know. He's a good man. He's a good man.
He's a good man.
He's the antisocial. He's a good man. I'm kidding.
Me? I'm not antisocial. What? No. Nathan, you're not actually going to say I'm antisocial. You're not.
No, you're not antisocial. You're just... You are a little antisocial to begin with, and then you like warm up.
Would you say how much percentage from like extrovert introvert would you say? Because I would say I'm like 60.
I'd say that's a comfortable one.
64.
Because I feel like as soon as like you get aware of who you're with and all that, and like the stuff that you're able to talk about, then it's like it's okay now.
I'm a big man. Apparently, yeah, because you told me I was like that with Dan, apparently. Like Dan told you that I opened up. I didn't mean to seem standoffish to him, though, if I did initially. I just, like, I did have that initial thing, though, where I, like, looked at him, and he saw me, and I was like, is this the guy? He was like tan hat or tan shirt, that guy. And I was like, is this the guy? I, like, look, double take. And I like walk over, and then it was good.
It's good.
Interesting. Which speaking of the frat, one thing I really did want to ask, because I don't know how long you have or whatever. I know it's getting late, but one thing I wanted to ask is like, what would you say your relation with your family is like? I wanted to ask you this because you told me at the frat something about like your family didn't believe in you. Or something?
Didn't believe in me?
At one point or something. Yes. You said you got a tap because they thought they said that you weren't gonna make it. Or something.
My sisters and my mom believe that I don't know, cause like I didn't have the same like motivations as them.
Which was what? Like what were their motivations?
So I feel like I had dealt with
Develop.
I developed
this is why he needs me.
Yeah, okay. I've dealt with depression, growing up and stuff, like having a hard life with like
the hard knock life for you.
Hard knock life. Relationship with my dad was for sure bad, and Siko told me because like I looked up to him, and so my school grades and all that like plummet. I don't eat good. You don't get out as much. You just like you look unhealthy. And like my family just thought to me like you're not gonna make it. And like
in that state at least.
That state. Well, not necessarily. Even when I pulled out of that state, they were still like, you're not gonna make it now because you weren't doing it before.
Like having to keep it up.
Exactly. Like you're already so far behind. You might as well just drop out. And so I never gave up. I just kept working on it, and like when I joined football, they're like, "You're never gonna make it. You're never gonna go on varsity. You're never gonna, make it through it."
Which you did go on to varsity, right?
I did, yeah. I was actually on varsity for 3 out of the 4 years.
Would you have been unsatisfied if you didn't make it to varsity?
I would have been, yeah.
Because or at least I don't know how it is in football, but is it like a dishonor to be on JV? Is it bad to be on JV? Like what's the JV culture in football? At least from what you've experienced.
So
is it toxic to be on JV?
It's not toxic. It's just you feel like a little baby.
Oh.
Because like you're at football practice bashing your brain into like just be a starter and just to do everything that you can to get on the field, and then they're like, it's good, you did good, and then they put you on this baby team. You're like, why the fuck am I here?
Oh.
Because like so when I was a sophomore, I was on JV halfway through the season. Then I got put on varsity, and it was just wild to me, dude, because it was like, dude, what the fuck is this? Like, I'm practicing with like the number ones, the number twos. Why the fuck am I here, dude? Like, my fucking, and I go play with them, and like I just show up because it's just, I feel like I practiced so hard that what they had been doing is just nothing compared to what we were fucking going through.
So would you say, or like for you, or maybe for people in general, like, would you say that football isn't worth it unless you're striving to be varsity?
I feel like football is so much more than just varsity, because you could get so much out of football. It could literally just be a life lesson. Like, shit's not fucking easy. Like, why would you want to play football?
It's gonna knock you down, but you gotta get back up.
Exactly. Like, why do you want to do that to yourself? Why do you want to put yourself to that much fucking pain? You know why? Because once you learn that, even though it's fucking hard and it's just tiring and you just don't want to fucking do it, at the end of the day, when you do it, you're like, I fucking did that. So then whenever you have to do it again, it's just that much easier. Because you've already just conquered that thing.
So now you gotta conquer the
So
next
you
thing.
can conquer the next thing. And it's almost like a chain effect.
Chain effect, yeah. Well, I guess because football is a big part of your life, so like, what got you started in football?
My dad, for sure.
Like, he liked football, or he got you into football?
He got me into football. He didn't necessarily like football.
Yeah.
But his brothers played football.
Oh, like his older brothers?
Yeah,
or whatever.
his older brothers. Yeah.
Okay. And so he's like, little Nathan, you need to toughen up. You're gonna play Pee Wee League, or what did he?
Yeah.
What was that like?
He got me in flag football.
Ooh, that's fun.
Yeah, and he was like, he noticed I had a real eye for football. Like, I didn't like necessarily being like on the offensive part, but defensive part, I loved that part.
I feel like I excel on defense too. Like, I did it for a year, and I excelled on defense.
So from that point on, he put me in tackle football after my first year or two from Pee Wee, which was flag football. So I was like, first grade, second grade, and then third grade was tackle.
Yeah, because it starts off in fourth grade, right?
For what?
Like the grid kids here in Moses, like, doesn't it start at like fourth grade? It's like fourth, fifth, and sixth or something.
No, it's third, fourth, fifth, sixth.
Third, fourth, fifth, yeah.
Third and fourth are white, and then fifth and sixth are black.
What would you say in your mind, like what kind of person do you have to be to, like, I guess, succeed or stay alive in football?
Not necessarily like you don't need to be a certain person. It's just, can you do your job, and can you do your job good? That's what matters. And if you really think about it, that's almost like real life stuff.
It's a life lesson.
Yeah, like, as long as you can do your job, you will rely on everybody else to do their job. Because once you're all doing your jobs, you kind of work like a machine. You kind of just in one motion.
It's like, would you say that, like, definitely in football, you guys are more cogs in a machine rather than people playing together?
Oh, for sure, it's a machine, dude.
It's just like, yo, we're out there to bash their brains out.
Yeah, dude. It's like,
boom.
One of our catchphrases was on a home game, or not home games, but like on away games, because it's like, you know, everybody's like home disadvantage, or like you have a disadvantage, you're not home, you like, none of these fans are cheering for you, you're on fucking TV, dude, you're like, fuck, you know, we gotta go out there, man. We gotta do something. You know, one of our warm-up like phrases like kill, 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 you know, go on kick off.
Out there to...
Yeah, just fucking go take someone's head off, you know, go headhunting. You know, it's not allowed, but you know, we do it still.
So yeah, technically you're not allowed to.
Yeah, it's not allowed, but like, you know, you still do it. The referees are fucking good, so you know, you're able to do something.
If you say hypothetically you had like an injury that took you out of football, like what would have been your next sport to look at or try if you had to?
Am I like not able to go back? Like, why am I not able to go back?
Let's just say that hypothetically, like, you can't slam people like you used to, and so now you can't play football. Like,
Okay.
what would you then?
So that
go
would take
into?
out my next sport too, then.
Which would be what?
Hockey.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hockey's I feel like hockey's a very underrated sport.
Yeah.
But I feel like you have to be extremely skilled though, because you have to learn how to use skates, and I wasn't very good at skates when I went to the ice rink like a couple years ago. I don't practice though.
Yeah, it's.
'Cause you kind of just gotta. Like, what do you like about hockey that would make it your number 2?
Slamming. For sure.
Slamming. Is a big part of you just
Yeah.
booga booga
Booga booga.
bam?
Yeah.
You're like the caveman SpongeBob meme. Oh.
Yeah.
Is that just a thing that you like doing, or is it a thing you've gotten good at?
It's just a thing that I liked doing and got good at.
It was like once you stepped on to like tackle football, you just liked taking.
Oh, dude, yeah. Who doesn't? Who doesn't like just fucking body slam someone? Who doesn't like just hit sick in the fuck? I
Yeah.
broke a kid's collarbone in fucking grade kids, and I felt instead of like sadness, it
You
was
were
just
like, I
like,
did good.
yeah,
I broke the enemy.
Yeah. You know, my teammates are fucking looking at me like, what the fuck, dude? What the fuck are you on? Yeah.
I feel like, I don't know, I feel like it's such an interesting sport. I feel like what drove me out of football, though, was my experiences with coaches were very toxic.
Yeah, so definitely coaches do matter a lot.
Because coaches kind of look for, I'm going to be honest, like, it happens in cross, too. I could speak to that, but...
Like star talent.
Yeah, I feel like in football, it's like you have to be the best or they don't give a shit about you.
Yeah, so it's like you're either like a fucking, you know, a star, or you're a helper, or you're a fucking underdog, you know?
Yeah.
But the thing in football that's nice though is you can decide which one you are.
You can decide which one you are.
Yeah, depending on how much fucking work you put in to really be that person, that's what you're gonna be.
Were you one of those that when you hopped in, like, you knew your position, but then the coaches wanted you to change it, or were you allowed to play the position you wanted?
So, it was weird. So, in grade kids, I was able to play anywhere I wanted. Except for, like, obviously, like...
Quarterback?
So, the positions I didn't want to play at all was fucking quarterback, wide receiver, cornerback, and safety. I didn't want to play those at all.
Anyone with the ball, pretty much.
Yeah. So, but I told my coaches that, like, I really liked linebacker and running back. And, like, that's perfect, you know, combo. So, you know, I played, you know, running back, tight end, and fucking linebacker, all grade kids, you know. And then go to middle school, and I chunked up, and...
Chunk.
Yeah, and I was trying to explain to my coach, like, what I liked, you know, like, position-wise, like, what I've, like, done my whole life. And they pretty much said, fuck you, and, like, put me at, like, O-line.
Hey.
And, like, no hate to the big men out there, like, big people, like, fucking monsters, but it's, like...
Yeah, they gotta be
It just
there.
was not for me, you know?
Like, you didn't like doing it?
Not at all.
You didn't like doing it, but were you good at it?
Not really. I was okay at it, but...
You're okay.
The only, like, way I was really okay at being an O-lineman was, like, run plays.
Run plays.
Yeah, because you just run at them. That was the only, like, it's like tackling. Find ahead, dude. You just go fucking smash someone.
Say both starter and temp, and backup quarterback are out, and they're like, Nathan, no, we need you to quarterback. Could you quarterback?
Yeah, I can throw a ball.
Like, would you say you'd be good at it?
I'm good at throwing a ball. Are my reads good? We'll see.
How often do you play Madden?
Oh, like every day.
Would you say Madden helped, like, translates to you playing football at all? Like, did that ever help? But
Yeah.
was that just for fun?
You could no, dude. You can read stuff better.
You can read stuff better.
Well, cause like you're thinking like when you play Madden, because you see so many formations and so many plays, you're just like thinking to yourself, because like it could be like trips right, trips left. You're thinking, you're like, what could this guy? This guy could be like a curl. This guy could be a hitch. This guy could be a corner. You know, because you can see a variation, like the very outside guy goes to hitch, this guy goes to a corner, this guy goes to a drag, or like slant, you know? And you try to like just work out the possibilities, and then when you see they take their first steps, you can already see where the eyes are turning. And then that's when you're like, okay, let's see where this goes now.
I feel like you kind of have to be, like, do you think you even have to be a tactician on the line, or would you say it's more about doing your job on the line?
I mean, if you're so good at your job that you can fuck up and still be good, you can definitely be a tactician. But as long as you do your job, it wins games. As soon as somebody stops doing their job, that's when you start losing.
That's when you start losing. Like, has there ever, or like, is there a game that you can remember though where it was like you were at your best, but the enemy team was just better?
Yeah. So it was my junior year, and we were in the playoffs, and
Which is like towards the end, right?
And
For people who don't know.
Yeah.
I definitely know.
Anyways, we were against this team, and we had our scout team play against us like the whole fucking year, or not the whole year, but like that whole like week and a half of just training, and we really thought we were gonna get them, you know, and just like what our coaches had thrown at us was like a mere like picture of what they were doing, you know.
So it was just like a fraction of their power per se.
So like the fact is like no one else runs what they run, and our coaches had never seen it and like tried to put it together within a week. And I feel like our scout team probably took like 3 or 4 days learning it before we even like really went against it at full speed. So like we knew like the play concepts, but like we didn't know what the fuck was gonna happen.
And so was it like you guys got slammed, or was it like you guys were kind of giving them like a back and forth?
No, dude, we got slaughtered. Slaughtered.
Like, was it like 0 and something slaughtered, or like you got a touchdown or two, and then they had like 20?
I think it was like, if I remember right, it was 7 to 30.
7 to 30. So it was definitely a blowout for you guys.
Yeah, dude, it was horrible.
It was a blowout.
It was like, there's nothing we can fucking do, dude. It was like, so I do my job. So I was playing outside linebacker, and they're obviously like really heavy run. So it was like my job as an outside linebacker was just fucking get the outside, don't let him fucking in, or outside, you know, don't let him get that corner to go. So I'd force him in, and then my middle linebacker's like, oh, looking at the fucking butterflies, or like he's caught up because of like they have so many trick plays where it's like, yeah, it's a fake to him, but it's real to him, you know, and so he's focused on that guy, and it's like the guy's right here, you know. You know, sometimes I was able to fucking make the play of just getting off my guy from the outside and just, you know, laying him up, and he only gets like a couple yards. And then like the very next play, they almost did like the exact same concept of it. I forced him inside. My linebacker's fucking doing the same shit again, and he runs for a touchdown. You're like, I don't know what to do. You try to talk to the coaches, and they're like, we don't even know what the fuck's going on either. And it's like, at that point, like, if the coaches don't know what's going on, you're like, we fucking lost. You just try to play your best. That's really it.
It's like, what division does Moses Lake play in?
I think it's a.
Is it like
4A?
Is it like Big One? Like when you, like if you were to go to state, like what would you be playing in?
4A.
It's 4A something. And is that like where you play someone from within the 4A district, or do you play someone from Washington?
So you play people within 4A, but they are usually closer. Or they are in Washington, but the 4A schools.
What's the farthest team that you've ever played?
It was like on the borderline of like Idaho.
Oh, so almost near Pullman kind of thing, where they're like right there. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I feel like because I don't know much about football, so it's like that's why if I'm like a little nerd with you about like football, it's because I really don't know a whole lot of it, but I feel like you get a lot of power fantasies from football. Because I feel like my power fantasy in football is if I played for like Wazoo, right? I always imagine it, and my big power fantasy is like, it's like, it's like 4th and down. We have like 30 seconds to go, right? It's like whatever season you want to play it in. I don't know, whatever. Because Wazoo, like they're playing the fall, right? Kind of thing. And so my like power fantasy is like 4th and down. They go for it. There's 30 seconds left. I either catch or make them fumble the ball on like the 10-yard line or something, right? And then my power fantasy is that I Hail Mary sprint it all the way down within 30 seconds. And then like that wins us the game.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is for you since you've actually played it, but that's my power fantasy.
Like the probability of that happening, or like
well, no, like are you asking me what the probability of that is?
No, or... like you're trying to say like, well, that's my that's my fantasy, but like I don't know what that is to you. Or like, are you asking like what's mine?
No, like if I had like a dream moment in football, that would be the power fantasy.
Yeah,
would be like. Again, we're like, it's 30 seconds, 4th and down, 10 yards. I like catch the ball, intercept it, right? And then I like just sprint it to the other side, and then we win the game. But I would ask you about what's your power fantasy in football, but you play it. So do you even have one?
I feel like mine is probably just game-winning pick, you know, probably like yours. Or fumble something, just like something to give the possession. I have done it before and it feels good, you know.
Like you've caught it from all the way down and then you run it, or what?
No. So we're facing Chihuahua, and they were coming in hot, dude. And it was like, I think it was like 3rd and goal, and it was like 40 seconds. And if we didn't get the ball back right there, we were probably gonna lose because it was 21-24. So if we got a touchdown or a field goal, we could tie it up. And so they're just running it to just run out the clock, and they're gonna get a touchdown. So then when we get ball back, no matter what, we lose. You know. So what we did is we sent like a hard Sam blitz, and I was the Mike, and I stayed home, and I saw the Sam just chase him out, you know, to the right side. And I followed him, and he fucking. I don't know why, but he kept the running or the ball to the inside, to me, and I had wrapped up his waist, and I fucking clubbed it out.
Just boom.
Yeah, I clubbed it out from the top down, and it bounced right into our right end's hand, and he started running. He ran for like 20 yards, and he got tackled. And then, you know, we went down there and we scored and won the game, and it was just like, it was like overwhelming, dude.
You're like, wow. Like, are you ever in a position to like get the ball? Like, have you ever really gotten the ball? Like it's intended to go to you, that kind of thing.
Oh, like on offense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or is when you score that you have to steal it from the enemy team?
So I was more of a defense player, so it was more like steal it from them or like something, stop them.
How many touchdowns have you made?
Have I made on offense?
I don't know, just like how many touchdowns have you made on like defense? Any?
On defense, I had a fumble 6, and then I had a really short pick 6, so 2.
So 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It didn't really get that. I was more of a pass rusher. I got sacks. I got a lot of sacks.
Yeah. That was actually my dad too. Like every now and then he'll show me an article of when he played for the Othello Huskies. He had like an article where it showed like, blah 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 Martinez sacks opposing quarterback or something. It was like one of his big things. He even paid the fee to keep his helmet, apparently. Like, did you do that?
No, I just stole it.
You just stole it?
I just took it, yeah.
They haven't like, hey,
nope,
you need the helmet?
Nope.
They're probably like, damn kids, took it again.
Nope.
No?
I wanted to take my jersey, but they're like, we need that. I was like,
they're like, you can't just pay for a new one?
Yeah. I was thinking the same thing. I got my helmet though. So
but I feel like the helmet's the more important one, honestly. Like if you had to pick like jersey or helmet, I'd pick the helmet.
I'd pick the jersey.
I feel like the helmet's way cooler because it's like a suit of armor.
Almost. It is, but like I feel like I'd pick the jersey because you worn it for all those games. The same with the helmet too, but it's just like the number 2 that like they say.
Yeah, because what was your number again?
92.
92. I think I'd be 15 if I got to choose mine.
I didn't get to choose mine. So freshman year, I was just chosen for me to be 92, and I just stuck with it ever since.
Like, is it possible to change it?
Yeah.
Like on demand, or if there's an open slot for it?
You could change it on demand if you want.
Mm. Interesting. Nothing. Well, this was a very circumvent way of me asking. We got so derailed because like family to you, a big part of that is football. What I was going to ask you is, how would you personally define family? Like, what does family mean to you?
Family means people that you're surrounded by that just love you, unconditionally. It's just people that want to see you get better. Family isn't people that just they take from you and they break you down.
Mm-hmm. So would you say like a good family is like people who like build you up?
Yeah.
Like you could be blood related to 5 people, but if they don't do anything to help you out, they're not really your family.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
I feel like if my friends are over there, like, hey man, you got this, they build me up, I feel like I consider them more family than like my family.
Someone that I'm related to.
Yeah.
That's true. Well, yeah, because like I wanted to ask you about that because you know what it's like to have siblings and all of that. As you know, I'm a loner, all by myself. In terms of gals and siblings, I'm all alone. But maybe I'll work on
the
that.
jackpot. No, I'm kidding.
I know. Like, did you ever have like a dream or a fantasy of what it would be like to be by yourself?
No.
Really? No. Because I feel like so many people are like, oh, I hate my siblings. I wish I was an only child. And I'm like, yeah, but do you though?
I've been like maybe like thought about it, but like I'm never really like commit to thinking about it like that. Like I feel like no, I've always just been like, meh.
Never something you actively thought about.
Not really.
Yeah, well, because that's something I want to ask. Because Noah from college, right? Me and Jameson, 2 of my close cross buds. One thing I would ask them is like siblings, and what their relationship is like. Because again, I don't know what that's. I don't know what that's like, and I've never really understood what that is.
I'd say my relationship with my siblings is pretty good. We all try to help out each other as much as we can, whether it be like give them rides, give some money, or like just do anything that you can to help
Choke you out.
Yeah. My sister did choke me out a couple times, but I mean, but, like other than that, man, it's just like
it's pretty good.
It's fine, yeah.
Sometimes you need a dysfunctional family.
Yeah, I feel like my family is probably dysfunctional, but I mean, like that's what makes them fun too, because they're very spontaneous and aggressive.
Yeah, it's kind of just
they're fast paced, aggressive, and you're just like you like look at them and you're like, what the fuck, dude? Like,
well, that was definitely a big question. I'm always open to questions to me too. Like I know I try to lead because that's what I want to practice in doing, right? I've told you that my future job will hopefully be either like commentator on the radio or like in front of the TV. So I want to know how to lead, but I'm also down for questions by you if you have any.
What's it like being alone?
What's it like being alone? I'm at the best I've ever been.
Yeah.
No fap. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
No, but like, it's kind of interesting because I feel like that's why I can be selfish with certain things, right? Like when little kids of like my technical nephews, which feels weird to say, but like when I have nephews that come over, right, and they like to play with my things, in my mind I'm like, why are you touching my shit?
Yeah, but then you don't say anything.
I'm like, you need to fuck off. Yeah. It's like, I don't know. Like, do I ever come off as like selfish to you, or any notable times where I'm kind of like, this is my thing?
No.
Yeah.
I don't have the memory of it, but I do remember like in the past. Yes, I don't remember the instance, but
you don't remember the exact instance, but you know that there was like one.
There's something that happened among that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Because I try to avoid that, but I feel like that's one of my...
You're usually pretty good about it, but sometimes it slips out. And, like, I'm not going to hate you for it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, it all happens to us. Like, sometimes we hit a breaking point, and it's like, what are you going to do about it? Nothing.
That's true. I feel like... I don't know about you, like, one thing I was thinking about, too, is, like, quotes that I live by.
Mm-hmm.
One of them, funny enough, even though Captain America is my favorite superhero...
He's also my favorite quoter.
No. Ironically, Iron Man is one of the best ones that I follow. Because in Avengers, right? I don't know how much of the MCU you've watched.
I know all that, yeah.
Yeah. But in Avengers, Iron Man, he says something, and then he's like, I don't trust a man without a dark side.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, that's like really true. Because I don't get along with people who are like either too nice or are like a bit of a goody two-shoes. Because I'm like, yeah, but if you're not capable of being like a little bit of a dick or a rule bender, at least, then I'm kind of like...
You do you, and I'm not gonna...
Well, yeah, because like there are some nice people in my other friend group, right? And I definitely sometimes we like bump heads because I'm not allowed to do the same jokes with them because they're like a little bit too nice.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Or you feel like nice people get away with certain things that then you're not allowed to because you're a little bit like edgy, right? You're like rude. You're like, even you're not allowed to do that.
Mm-hmm.
They're allowed to say the N-word because they're nice.
Okay, that's not nice. That is not nice.
I know it's not. It's not.
Has that happened to you in the past?
No, but I've had some people where like they'll say the N-word, right? Yeah. And then I make some kind of joke, and then they're like, "Whoa, Adrian!" They're like, "Whoa,
back down."
And I'm like, "Guys, like, what did I do?" And I'm like, I don't know what's going on, but it's like, why am I here? Just to suffer.
Why am I friends with you guys? Yeah. No, that is definitely that's a good take for sure. Like on people that you want to be around with. I mean, like that's also another good thing, like, you know, surrounding yourself with people that are like, you know, that make you comfortable is what makes like the best version of you.
Mm. Would you say you've surrounded yourself with people who are in your mind smarter than you?
No.
Like, would you say they're all on your level or lower?
Well, okay, so there's some people that are smarter.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'd say, like, you and Tyler are probably smarter than me.
I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm. But then there's, like, Adrian, Avi, Rowdy, they're fucking dumb as shit. But they're really smart.
But they're the homies, though.
Yeah, no, they're the homies. But they are smarter than me in, common sense wise.
So like, would you say it's good to have a balance of like street smarts and book smarts?
It really is, because like book smarts, I mean, can only go so far, but street smarts you're gonna use always, dude. Like,
all the time. You
know, because you think about it, like this situation, like this cop asks you a question, it's like, what's the right answer?
Which is funny, because I was gonna say, how do I avoid that cop on the corner going 80 miles an hour?
Exactly. You know, you can make up a sob story, and it's like, oh, the cops heard millions of these. What's gonna be different?
My dog is dying.
And it's like, you know, you could, like, my friend pulled out this one. He's like, well, you see, officer, I actually did want to get pulled over by you because of the reason, the fact I just bought this car, and he said the speedometer was off, and my phone's dead and charging, and I didn't know how fast I was going. So I was wondering, because I was trying to keep up with that guy in front of me, but I thought he was going fast. So I was wondering what it was. On my speedometer, it said I was going 70 miles an hour, and the cop was like, sir, you're going 85. He's like, okay, so now I know my speedometer is 15 miles over my speed. Mm-hmm. He goes, okay.
Even then, that's a lot.
Exactly. And the officer goes, all right, well, now you know. You better not happen again, okay? He goes, yes, sir.
I will arrest you.
Yeah. And so, you know, he got off the hook for that, and, you know, he knew exactly what he was doing. So it's like,
that's what I'm saying.
I wouldn't even think of that. I'd be like, stop, sir, like, oh, my dog's dying. It's like, oh, that sucks. You're gonna spend the night in jail.
Yeah, you're like, get in the back of the van.
Yeah. Get in the back.
Get in the back. Oh, Lord. Yeah, well, because I feel like I'm more of a book smart guy. I work on a forum that's taught me life lessons, but I wouldn't say I'm the greatest at it. I just say like I'm good. Like if you need a guy on the team to help out, I'm good. But I would say I'm more of a street smart guy. I would say compared to a lot of my cousins, I definitely am. Some of them are more street smart than I am, but I am actually smarter than them in the books.
Which I mean, I feel like both go hand in hand because it's like one is nice early on and then one is nice later in life.
Like all the time, yeah. I feel like if you are book smart though, that can help you avoid street smart problems though.
It is true.
Technically, but street smart problems can also help.
I feel like they're
you.
also inevitable too.
Yeah, it's like they can kind of get you
out of situations.
Out of situations, yeah. So I have some questions for you of some fun ones. I'm gonna like test them with you, right? But then I'm gonna do more when I'm with Jameson and Noah, because since there's two of them, I'm gonna pit them against each other. I'm gonna make them fight to see who's more my friend. You know, as people do.
Oh.
So just some fun test questions, right? If I, Avery Martinez, if I had to rank the western states of the U.S., which is Washington, Oregon, California, Alaska, and Hawaii, how would I rank them from best to worst? How would I rank them?
In general?
Yes, how would I rank them? Like
no,
inside my head.
Like inside your head, like in general, or is it like...
It's not like in-depth details. It's pretty much just my feelings and or side knowledge about them.
I can say that one more time.
Pretty much, if I had to...
No. Like, say the states one more time.
Oh, so it's Washington, Oregon, California, Alaska, and Hawaii. Okay. If I had to rank them from best to worst, just based off of my personal feeling.
Okay, so I'm gonna go Oregon last. And then
I'll try to tell you at the end.
I'll try to. Do you want me to go from like worst to best?
No, I want you to do best to worst.
Best to worst, okay.
Yes.
So I think I really don't like this answer that I'm gonna say, but I'm gonna say Washington is first because you like everything that's here and that supports, which is a bad answer.
Yeah, no, that's right though. Are you saying that's bad for you or bad for me?
I think it's. I feel like it's the wrong answer. I don't know.
Oh, but is that your answer though?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, okay.
So you have the first one.
Oh, okay.
I'll always put Washington above everything.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, I mean, he likes everything. I mean, like, fuck.
I'm patriotic.
Yeah.
You know.
He's loyal.
What's the number 2?
So it was either Oregon, Alaska, Hawaii. Or
California.
California. Okay. I feel like you hate California for some reason.
Do I?
I feel like I want to kind of put...
Trying to keep a neutral face right now.
I know.
Poker face. What do you think is my number 2?
I'm trying to think about that one. I think California is too.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
It is incorrect.
It is?
Yes.
I was trying to think from a logical standpoint because you skipped Idaho, you know.
Well, I meant like the most western.
Oh, okay.
That's just me trying to make it up. Like I added Alaska and Hawaii for fun.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I was thinking that because I was like, dude.
I guess I should have had you do all of them, and then I would have told you.
Yeah. Okay.
See, but this is why I'm giving you them now, so I can make it better for them.
Oh, okay.
For the listeners and for Jameson and Noah. So yes, the number.
Okay.
I've already told you that.
Washington.
Number. Yeah.
So the number 2, I'm gonna go with my gut. My gut says Hawaii for sure.
Yes.
Okay.
That's my number.
And then I'm gonna say 3 is going to be. I think it's probably Alaska.
I would not put that on my number 3.
It's like your 4? It's probably your last, probably.
Oh, well, guess my number 3.
Okay, your 3 is gonna be California then?
Yeah. Those are the big 3 for me.
Yeah. And then your 4...
Because it's between...
I think your 4 is probably Alaska. No.
I've debated this, and I would not put Alaska at my number 4.
Wow. Why?
I don't think there's a lot going on in Alaska.
That's a part of Alaska. It's like, I mean, I guess I see you as that person.
Like, there's not much going on there. It seems kind of cold all the time.
It can be.
It seems a little a depresso espresso.
I just wouldn't want to go to Oregon. Personally, I don't like Oregon.
I feel like there's slightly more to do in Oregon than there is Alaska.
Oregon is bland, but sure. So
that's why it's number
Oregon
4, though.
Is 4, Alaska 5.
Yeah, see, but that's why I put Oregon at 4, though, because I don't think there's a lot going on there.
So you're basing it off of like
it's my personal feelings about the states.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alaska's number 2 because it's literally an island. And it's sick. I've never gone.
You mean wait, what?
Alaska, Hawaii is cool.
You said Alaska.
Did I say Alaska?
You said Alaska.
I'm big dumb. Hawaii would be
Alaska island look pretty cool.
It is kind of an island.
What?
No, but like I feel like Hawaii just has that elusiveness of being cool.
I feel like that too. I just want to meet a big ass Samoan.
Dwayne Johnson.
No, but like meet him.
Dwayne Johnson.
Meet him.
Dwayne Johnson.
Did you meet him?
I want to.
Okay, but I want to go to meet an islander that doesn't know he's gonna be famous.
That doesn't know he's gonna be famous.
Exactly.
So he will be famous?
He might be.
After you meet him?
Dude, well, I'm just saying, like, Samoans are just known for just being strong fucking guys. Like,
big dudes.
They just had those fucking humongous genetics. You know what I'm saying?
Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah, Dwayne Johnson is one. Fuck. Okay? Just get off. Get off the tip.
Get off the rock.
Genuinely. Holy shit.
Okay, another fun question I will run by you. I will simply title this question Sour Cream. A, I think it's okay. B, I like sour cream. C, I really like sour cream. D, I fucking love sour cream.
Like, is there really a wrong answer here?
Yes.
I think it's probably D then.
I do really like sour cream.
Yeah. There's 3 yeses, and I feel like the only reason you say 3 yeses is because you really like sour cream.
I do really like sour cream. I like to put it on a lot of things.
Almost everything you can that would taste good. Yeah.
Like with rice. Like, I don't know if you've had it with red rice.
I have, yeah.
It's extremely good. I had extremely good. Third question. I will ask you this. Because again, I'm going to do more. But I'm running them through you now to see if they work. I have a Saturday completely to myself. Alone.
Yeah. What are you doing then?
Not, I guess. No. Well, I guess. But no. Like, that's why I'm running you through them now. What would be my morning activity excluding breakfast? Because this for them will be like a do you know me thing. And so what is my morning activity excluding breakfast?
I feel like you're either going to be watching anime or you're going to fucking get on some games.
You are in the right realm, but no. Like, those are correct, but if I had a Saturday to myself, that is not the first thing I would do.
You're excluding breakfast.
Yes, because I would maybe eat something.
Are you going to read
Yes.
anime?
No, but I would read. I'll take that.
Okay.
I feel like, if I have an optimal Saturday to myself, I'm going to read a book in the morning. Because that's when I like to. I don't like to read at night or later.
I just don't like to read.
That explains a lot, folks.
Yeah.
Well, again, I'm glad that you can be my guinea pig for that. I'm going to have to work on these questions. I'm going to do more. I'm going to do like 2 truths and a lie kind of thing. I'm going to do like, do you know me? Or like, what would Avian do kind of thing. Again, I might even throw that sour cream question in there.
From experience from that question.
Yes.
Do not do 3 yeses.
Do not do 3 yeses.
Yeah, no, that was
like. What do you think I should do?
No, you should do like a yes or no. Do I like sour cream a lot? Do I hate it?
Or do you think I should be like, well, because I just kind of want to make it dumb but funny. But you think I should do what now? Like, yeah, like, do I fucking hate sour cream and do I fucking like sour cream?
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah, because then it's like, listening from you, like before you even started this podcast, you talked about sour cream a lot.
Did I?
Yeah.
When did I talk about sour cream?
When was soles? Sopas.
Yes.
The one ingredient you really emphasized was sour cream.
I do love sour cream.
You're like, lettuce, cheese, all that stuff, and sour cream on top to top it off. Oh, I love it.
Oh, wait, hold on. Speaking of sour cream, I have a sour cream bucket right now.
Yeah, see, this guy's fucking weird.
Look at my massive sour cream.
Holy shit. Did you just eat it raw?
No. My mom got the big sour cream tub on accident.
This guy's a little weird.
Dude, she was literally like, yeah, I went to the sour cream and I swear I got the small one. Or the normal one.
The biggest one she could find.
So, hey, I'm glad I could run that through you because now I should work on the sour cream question. I just think it's funny.
Like, it's 3 S's like, do I like sour cream? Do I really like sour cream? Do I fucking love sour cream? Or do I hate sour cream? It's like, well, there's 3 S's, and why would you just moderately like it if you could fucking love it?
Like, do you think I should do a mix of yes or no and like A through D? Or do you think I should try to keep it to A through D? Because I can do that.
Or you could be like, do I like sour cream by itself? Do I like sour cream on like most things? Do I like sour cream only on tacos or something? Like, just keep it like really specific. Or like, do I not like it at all?
I'll even ask them like, what's my favorite drink of all time? For fun, like, what do you think my favorite drink of all time is?
Alcoholic or non?
Well, obviously not alcoholic, mister. Favorite drink of all time? Like, this is something that you would know, though. I will tell you that. Like, you technically know of this thing.
No, I'm trying to search.
Search the databanks.
I'm trying.
If not, I'll give you a clue.
Let me take a guess. I'm not going to get this. No, I do have the memory, though.
You could get this. I want to say it's something you like also. I think. I believe. I don't know. What is it?
Favorite drink of all time?
All time.
I want to say chocolate milk.
No, but you're in the right realm.
Of dairy?
Again, I can give you a clue, like, if you really
Drink, as in...
It's a drink.
Is it Oreo milkshake?
No, but that's good too. Again, if you really need it, I'll bust out the hint, but it seems like you're going in.
It's in the right realm?
Yes.
So, like, of dairy?
Yes.
Root beer float?
No. I drink root beer, but it's not like I don't really go to it. Like, someone has to give it to me.
Strawberry milk?
No, but that's good too. I mean, again, you're like in that realm, though.
Like, how close, though, in that realm? Because there's so many things you could do with dairy.
You are on the right track with the milk aspect.
Or is it a drink that has milk in it? Drink just has milk in it.
Again, I think it's something that you like too, and you know this thing. So it's not something you don't know.
Have I gotten it with you this year?
Have I gotten it with me?
Yeah.
No.
Have I gotten it though?
What do you mean, have you gotten it?
Yeah, have I gotten it before?
Have you gotten this drink, like, at all, ever?
Yeah.
Yes.
You've seen me get it before?
No. I haven't seen you get it, but I'm like 70% sure you've drunk this thing before.
Drunk and drink it. Okay, give me a clue.
It's related to a particular holiday.
It's eggnog.
Yep, it's eggnog. That is my favorite fucking drink ever. I love eggnog. I love eggnog. So good. Like,
I fucking hate eggnog.
do you hate it?
I hate eggnog.
Oh, I thought you liked it. I thought you told me one time.
No, I hate eggnog so
Wait,
much.
what do you hate about eggnog? Is it because it's thick?
Mm-hmm.
Well, because that's what everybody says. They're like, yeah, eggnog's too
It's
thick.
just the texture in my mouth.
But you don't like the texture?
And like sometimes there's like different taste to it. Sometimes you'll get some good eggnog and that's tolerable for me.
Mm-hmm.
But then sometimes you'll get like weird tasting eggnog and it's just like
Like, what about the eggnog from Dairy Gold?
from where?
From Dairy Gold, like
What's
from the from the store, Dairy Gold eggnog.
Like I said, sometimes they make some
the main producer of eggnog.
Sometimes they make some good ones. Sometimes they make like they have good batches and bad batches.
Mm-hmm.
And like I've tasted, I feel like them all. If they have it, if it's a good batch, I'll tolerate it.
Mm-hmm.
Like for maybe a day or two, but I don't really drink it.
Really?
Like if let's say there's orange juice, milk, and eggnog in the fridge, I would drink milk first because I actually like milk.
Mm-hmm.
I hate orange juice and I hate eggnog, but I'd rather drink the orange juice other than the eggnog.
Yeah, I don't really like orange juice either, and particularly with the pulp.
No.
I don't really like that personally, but well, Nathan, it's been a long adventure today. I know you're yearning to go home. I can tell with the intellectual pose.
No, I just like waking up. I was
just like chilling.
Yeah, I'm just chilling now because my fucking legs are. Have you ever? Okay, so I was at the gym, right? I was working out, doing the leg press, right?
Where it's like,
yeah, you push. I do a pause set, and it's like right when you get to like you're all the way condensed like a spring, you
just
pause
hold
it for like 2 to 3 seconds, and then you go back up, and it really activates your quads, your hammies, because you're like using all your strength to push it up because you have no momentum, and it's like really like close together, and like usually after leg day, it takes 2 days for my legs to hurt, and it was like instantly like after like the day after, it was like dude, they're just
you just fold.
Dude, it was bad, dude.
I know, that's me with you. When I like would go to the gym with you and do like the powerlifting and stuff, my arms would be sore. Cause I just don't do arms. I'm a leg guy. So like my legs are probably stronger than my arms. I'm gonna bet. So
I gotta get yeah.
We're thinking about it. We won't tell them though. Yeah. They don't have to know.
No, on next episode.
You could return if you want. Like we will be in the same house, but we'll be doing work though. So we definitely could. Well, Nathan, I appreciate you for being on here. One of my best homies, I would say. A mutual feeling, I would hope. Best homie. I don't know how you would say that. Best homage.
Homage?
Yeah. Best homage.
I don't know. I wouldn't say it's so formal. I'd just be like besties. You know what I'm saying?
Best homie. Best friend. Besto friendo. Anime. It's great.
Yeah.
Pancakey. Anyways, this is getting increasingly cringe. I see I'm dying of cringe right now.
Yeah, it started going downhill so fast.
But I really appreciate you as a best friend, as a brother. I appreciate you being here. Is there any last things you want to say to the audience before we go?
Tune in next time on Total Drama. I don't know. That's really it, honestly.
And we'll peace out from there.